Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, and elders at Great Millstone. This is Ainaya Allah with the beloved truth. Uh, I know most of you brothers have ran into this article in the breaking news in Manchester. And we already know what this is an implication of, chaos out of order ab chaos. Um, but it's a very high time for brothers to be watchful and know exactly what this devil is doing. The so-called white man, who's the ruler of this, who has the current rule over the earth. Which their biblical uh, genealogy, goes back to Esau. Their genealogy goes back to Edom. All right, and this is nothing more than them, spreading those, what we call, the scriptures call, witchcraft or miracles, lying and deceiving people as they go, because, the time is pretty much coming for them to basically, come down on the people, because they got to issue that RFID chip. Like I said, I'm gonna make this short because I know brothers did, um, their lessons on it and whatnot. And we know it's a false flag, and we have a lot of those that's going to take place before they set in a dictatorship, because these democracies only last for only a couple of 100 years, maybe even less. And what comes after a democracy is a dictatorship. Okay, and they're setting they're setting the playing field for that to happen. It's going to be a lot more generated crisis. There's going to be a lot more confusion out there, as far as, oh yeah, propaganda against, the Lord's elect, the Israelites, the 144,000 that's to be saved, because we have to be persecuted in this time, Lord willing, we are that number. So these are just small implications of what we're going to see more and more, and this is going to be the trend. So heightened police and well, how can I say, a heightened level of police occupation is going to be really heavy. You're going to see a lot of police that's going to be in unmarked vehicles. They're not going to be they're going to be in civilian clothes, even in civilian cars. And it's going to be widespread, man. There's going to be more rights taken away. You're going to have to be careful about what you do and say on social media, which we know, and but, I got a few scriptures. I play a little bit of this, as you brothers know, this is nothing more than, their plight, or their ploy, excuse me, to bring in their agenda. They're the last phase of their agenda, which is the RFID chip, the microchip, which is supposed to be put either in your hands or in your forehead or in your head. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into some scriptures.
Joins us live. Issa, what is the latest tonight?
Well, the latest is that we're hearing that
even you can see his expression, man. This is all a joke, man. These guys this is all a joke, man. If people are getting killed, it's a generated crisis, spawned by the elites, because they're the ones that create the social construct of the society. All right, they the one that bring in the fear, and they control the media, so they can spew anything they want out, from the media. But here we go.
19 people have been confirmed to have been killed in an explosion which took place at the end of a concert by the US singer Ariana Grande. She is, of course, very popular with young people, with young girls in particular, and teenagers. And of course, there would have been thousands of people in this venue.
Not only that, but it would have been smoke, fire, whatever that case may be, if it was a bomb, but like I said, I wasn't there. Odds are it could have happened. People could have died, but it's highly likely that it was a false flag. Only this because we've been seeing that a lot in France. They have beefed up on, their police presence or military presence. But this is part of their agenda. They knew what was going to happen before certain things was going to, taking place. They knew that, according to their book, Global Governance, 2025, they expect a lot of things to go on internationally or globally, where Slovakia, internationally, where they actually are waiting for, and this is the article that you can look up. It explains everything, what they expect as far as terrorism on a global scale, and how they're willing to deal with certain issues like this. They predicted that there will be religious war, and that terrorism would be widespread. Now, why is it widespread? Okay, through third parties. All right, ISIS was erected by the U.S. government. We know this. The weapons that they use and the weapons that they got their hands on is what? American weapons. So it's no mystery, So so read, I encourage brothers to read this Global Governance 2025 at a critical juncture. All right. See the collective, as you can see down here. Put it at the top of the screen. Just a little small summary. It says global governance, the collective management of common problems at the international level. All right. So they are pretty much they pretty much know everything that's going to take place. All right. And the elites, like I said, they are the social, reformers. They form the society in which way they want it to go. As you can see, the countdown to Armageddon. So these people know, the elites, the people that the leaders, as behind closed doors, they understand their agenda. They know what they want to do. They want to bring in that RFID chip, and that's where we're headed. Okay, I drive a bus, and every kid that gets on the bus, they have to get scanned in before they get on the bus. The teachers have the cars, but the next level to it is the kids will have the RFID chip when they get home, so they can be so they can be tracked everywhere they go. Because you always have cases of missing kids. All right, and that's one of the ploys that leads into these kids getting the RFID chip. So we see and know what's going to take place as far as the order of this country is going. All right, so we already understand this, but for those who might not understand and might not know where the society's heading, hey, there you go, man. More generated crisis, more uproars, rumors of wars, and more people being confused, and more confusion being spread. As you can see, they got this no gender thing, and they're really trying to bring this world to an end, through Satanism. All right. So Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right. All right. Because that's what they're doing. Everybody is basically being able to do whatever the hell they want to. And they're rejoicing, man. That's why the Lord said rejoice. All right. It says woe to them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, all right, meaning deceiver, prone to slanderous, accusing falsely. And who is that? The so-called white man. All right. So it says metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, all right, what is the cause? His will, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. All right. And we know there's a physical devil on this earth. And the only counterpart to and that devil is the so-called white man, which is Esau or Edom or Edomites, according to the Bible. And they are the counterpart to Satan. They carry out Satan's bidding, which we know Satan works for the Most High. All right. Because the Lord created the wicked for the day of evil. This is the Most High's movie. And this is the way it's going until his kingdom is fully established on earth. Okay. So, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. All right. So we know it's talking about a man. All right. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. So the so-called white man knows that he has a short time as far as ruling the earth. All right. Because his days are numbered. The scriptures say his days are determined and are with thee, man. All right. Let me see. I can look that up real quick. Salakia. All right, we go. Job 14. Let me see. Job 14 and 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right. So the so-called white man has a time allotted or an allotted time that he has to rule. And really, he's trying to trick the Most High and he's trying to escape his judgment. That's why you got things called breakaway societies, societies wherein the so-called white man is really trying to space travel. All right. That's why you see all these movies of him space traveling. And one of the most recent movies that just came out is Alien Covenant. And in that movie, you see he is the so-called white man. Edom has pretty much reached a level of transhumanism where he can take cyborgs and they can become, how can I say, like the preeminence of they have the preeminence of wisdom. OK, but in the movie, you see a statue of Julius Caesar in the beginning, which is nothing more than them knowing who they are. Edomites and, Julius Caesar was a Greek. Well, I don't say a Greek, but that's what the Roman Empire spawned from, the Grecian Empire. But he is an Edomite by nationality. All right. His origin was that of, Esau. But in the movie, it showed you who they were. This guy, Waylon, he, probably a quadrillionaire or, and he put all his money into space travel so he can find these engineers who supposedly created them, and they went on this space exploration, having in mind, they know who they are. So they really went out to conquer and to pretty much set up their neo-colonialism in outer space, in deep space, as they say. But, the so-called white man knows who he is, but then they show you in these movies that all they're here for is to conquer and to destroy, and that's what they did. When you watch the movie, it's a lot of subliminal messages. It's a lot of subliminal. It's a lot of straightforward messages. Let me see. They show reincarnation in the movie as far as the cyborg, or however you want to say it. At the end, he spoke German, and I believe it was something that Hitler. He said something in German, but I believe it was I believe it was a quote that Hitler said. But they pretty much were set up to conquer, wherever they go. And that's just the spirit of Esau. So, but that's not, their breakaway societies is not going to last. It's not going to be upheld. All right, Salakia. So Job 5, and I'll start at all right. I'll start at 11. Job 5 and 11 is to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. All right. Who is the crafty? Esau. All right. The subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly. And they have been so for so long now. through their laws and legislations, and really nobody knows about, like it says, the cunningness, usually in a bad sense. Okay, setting up laws to undermine and exploit other nations and stealing resources, so on and so forth. Even putting out propaganda about certain people to deliberately you know make them seem less than what they really are. So he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, and that's talking about the Most High, and their enterprise is ultimately the New World Order. So out of all this chaos, what are they going to bring in? More order, more new implications of control, which is that RFID chip is the end game. All right. He says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Okay. And he's going to take them by way of destruction. Okay. All right. And it says they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. All right. But he saved the poor. All right. And that's how the elites, they work, man. They work like that. Micah 2:1, just scriptures that, brothers know. But if you don't, these are for you. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When morning is light, they practice it. All right. Because it is in the power of their hands. These elites, they get together and they bring all these agendas to the table. And it's nothing more to undermine people, exploit people, and bring in more agendas, man. As far as putting everybody into captivity. Okay. It says, and they cover fields and take them by violence, in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Okay. And that's what the so-called white man is set up to do. All right. I think I had one more. If not, I think that might be it. No. Yeah. I had one more. All right. Here's Paul, because he dealt with these Edomites in his time too, during the Roman Empire, when the Roman Empire was in rule. So you had the Roman Jewish wars, so on and so forth. So 2 Thessalonians 2:7, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And that's Esau. All right. The Most High is allowing Esau to rule, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yet Proverbs 16:4, the wicked is created for the day of evil. All right. So he's allowing them to rule, so he can take them out in the day of evil. All right. The day of bad time. All right. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. Because he's coming with his angelical power, but the spirit of his mouth is us, the prophets. We are bringing out and condemning the so-called white man for all the unnatural and all the evil exploitations and all the tyranny that they have done all throughout the earth, the rape, robbing, and murdering of people throughout history. All right, it's gonna come back and catch up with them. Okay, so it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that goes back to what they're doing here with this Manchester concert explosion. Much like the Boston bombing, so on and so forth, man. All these the Sandy Hook, all these things, 9/11, which people died. People are gonna die. People are gonna get sacrificed in these explosions, because what? They have to appease the demons, because this whole society is built up off of Satanism. These elites, they work in tandem with Satan. Okay, that's why I said the devil is coming with great wrath, because when I look at the word devil, deceiver, it says a man, basically the man that's really either he's playing say the devil, or he's working in tandem with the devil, which is Satan, and that's what they're doing. Everything they do is the opposite of the Most High. That's why they allow homosexuality and this transgenderism to be so widespread as it is. So only to strengthen the balance of that wickedness. All right, but the Most High is using us to counter that, So, but this is going back. These are the signs and the lying wonders, man. You know. But it's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Just about how Esau is using certain tools, whether it be generated crises, generated terrorist attacks. He's only using these as tools to bring in his his final agenda, which is the RFID chip, and martial law, and a beef police state. These are the things that's going to take place, man. More and more, but Lord willing, you brothers edify, and with that, I'll give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. A double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. This has been another one with Anaya, Allah, the beloved truth. Shalom.